having an affair with his brother? What in the world? Hey, what is up, society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer and sovereign Koi, and welcome back to another video. If you're at that time of the year, you already freaking know we're back with the Reddit stories, baby. So let's just get right into it because I know that you're ready and I'm ready. All right, and let go. I told my parents if they keep bringing up their daughter, they'll be dead to me. Did I go too far? Oh, if that's your parents, then how wouldn't that be your sister? Let's go. Parents' daughter equals a girl who I once considered my sister. Happy? ? Okay. My best friend was engaged to my parents' daughter. He loved her dearly. She was his first girlfriend and his first love. He was like a brother to me and a second son to my parents. They were happy when they started dating and even happier when they got engaged. The happiness only lasted a few months because his fiance was having an affair with his brother? What in the world? When she broke it off, his brother told him about everything. Okay. So brother was bitter because she stopped messing with him. You sick individuals. Continuing. They were having an affair way before they got engaged. My friend didn't take the news well. Well, of course. Girl, why would you even say yes to that man's proposal when you knew that she was sleeping with his brother? Like, he was more hurt that his fiance had an affair with his brother instead of a random stranger. Yeah, because what in the world? Your family's supposed to be the person that has your back. What in the world? He didn't have the best relationship with his brother anyway, and that was just another betrayal. He couldn't cope well, and I guess this pushed him over the edge. I blame my sister and I blame his brother. His brother was rightfully disowned by his family. Period, because I would do the same thing. But my parents kept in contact with their daughter. I already hated my parents' daughter when I found out she cheated on my friend. But I absolutely hated her when he killed himself because of it. No, friend. Oh, come on. I can understand why you don't want to do it. I can understand why you have a lot of pent up frustration and anger about that. I didn't think it was going to go that far. But you know what's so crazy, though? That's the type of stuff where I really be surprised that people survive that type of thing. Like, I really do. I'll continue in a second. Moment of silence. Poor person. Continuing. It has almost been a year since he died, and my parents keep trying to get me to talk to their daughter because she's not coping well, and she needs all of the love and support she can get. I don't want to say this. I ain't gonna say that. I told them that I don't give a fuck what she's going through and they can leave me out of it. They didn't take this well and started arguing with me. I tried to stay calm, but they kept insisting I talk to her. So I told them that if they keep trying to get me to talk to their daughter, they'll be dead to me too. I told them that I could care less what they do with her, but don't bring her shit to me, and I left it at that. This caused my parents to cry, and my mom told me that she was trying to get the family back together and that my sister made a mistake, but I can't fault her for my friend dying because of it. Did I go too far? Honestly, friend, this is a tough one right here. What I will say is that the fiance, your friend, killing himself, I'm not gonna say that's not on her, but it's kind of not, because that's a decision that they decided to make. You know, this was their first love, their first person, you know, and depending on how old this person was, he has so much life to live. I mean, yes, it is heartbreaking. And don't get me wrong, I'd be shocked by the people who survive that type of thing and still go back out and get married, date again, things like that. Because to me, that's a betrayal that I don't know how I would get past something like that. That's something crazy, you know, but your feelings are 100% valid. You know, there was a way that you could have spoken to your parents. I mean, they were trying to argue with you about you trying to come together, but you know, parents sometimes they overlook what the problem is because they're trying to keep their family together. And you know, it's just what parents do because they don't want their kids fighting. Even if they don't like each other, they want their families together, you know? So it's like parents can sometimes be, you know, wrong in that way. So I won't say that I will put your friend's death on her, because I wouldn't say that I don't want to say the wrong thing. I wouldn't say that she didn't have anything to do with his death, because obviously it was a huge trigger and a huge weight on him. That was what he believed was the best way to eliminate his pain, rather than trying to, talk to someone, receive some proper support. And so that was a decision on him. I personally just could not put that on someone, because that's that individual's decision. She didn't make him do that. Going no contact is 100% your boundary, and you have every single right to do that. Your parents need to lay off, because what she did devastated you. You lost somebody that you loved because of her decision. Relationships are just so messy. This is such a heavy story. You guys make sure to drop down your opinions down below. This one shocked me, because I was not expecting this to take such a heavy turn. But yeah, moving on. Get some therapy, friend. Am I the asshole for evicting my brother and his family from the house I have inherited so my daughter can live there? I, 40 female, have a daughter, Caroline, 17 female. My brother, Adam, 34 male, is married and has 2 kids under the age of 5. Back when I was in my 20s, our great-grandmother ended up with an illness which required someone to take care of her. This ended up being me, as everyone else was busy with their lives, and I only recently graduated from uni back then. Due to this, when she passed away, I had inherited the house she lived in, which is a small 2-bedroom. I have lived there until I got married, and me and my husband ended up moving to a bigger property. About a year later, my brother asked if I'm willing to rent it out to him, which I agreed to do, but have warned him I will need it back when Caroline turns 18. She was 3 at the time, since it was very close to universities and city center. Legal agreement was drafted for the rent, significantly below market value, so everything was followed by the book. About a year ago, I have informed my brother about needing the house back, as my daughter is going to be 18 and I would like to have some repairs done before she moves in. My brother ignored me, so I have issued him a notice to vacate, which was also ignored. As he continued to ignore me, I had no choice but to apply for a court order to evict them, with hearing taking place last month. Last week, him and his family were officially evicted. Upon getting into the house, I have noticed it was in horrible condition, and it would take a few months just to make it somewhat habitable, let alone doing redecorating or repairs. I have raised this with my brother since he was meant to look after the house and let me know of any repairs. But this talk ended in an argument where I was called an asshole for evicting him and his family so my spoiled daughter can live by herself and not giving them enough notice. They had just over a year to find something suitable. He also had said I inherited the house by cheating. My parents are on his side since Adam and his family live with them. Am I the asshole? Adam, do you have dementia? Like, what? Do you not remember when she told you 15 years ago when her child was a toddler that when she turns 18, she's going to be going there so she can live there and not have to stay in an expensive dorm so she can go to school and be close to a shopping center or whatever? She told you that 15 years ago. So not only did he have, friend, you probably seen your niece at least 40 times within them 15 years. You knew she was growing up. She told you in 15 years, when she turns 18, I'm going to need the house back. She told you that. So he had a little bit more than over a year, friend. He had a decade and a half. You had a decade and a half to look for something new. Why are you renting for 15 years anyway when you got kids? Start looking for a home at some point. I mean, I know some people can't afford it in XYZ, but your sister is obviously, she said it's below market rent that she's charging you for rent right now. So you could have been saving up for these past decade and a half to buy a house of your own, getting your credit right and things like that. She was probably giving y'all leniency and everything because she's your sister. She didn't need to pay it off. She inherited the house. Adam and the family, whatever. Now, this would have been messed up if, you just kind of let him have the house for like maybe a couple of months and then you told him like a few days before that he had to leave. No, you told him a year before, hey, daughter's coming up on 18. She turns 18 this year, just in case you forgot. You're going to have to find somewhere else. Ignored you. You sent him a notice to vacate, so you didn't have to file an eviction. He ignored you again. And then you have to file an eviction because how else is she going to get you out of her house? Nah, Adam, let's just call a spade a spade. You was hoping that your sister would just be like, pish posh, he's not leaving, so I guess I'll just let him stay and I'll just figure something else out for my daughter. No, you're not the asshole. It's messed up that they had to get an eviction by their own sibling, but this is what happens when you are staying in someone's house that you're not supposed to be. Like, you followed all the legal channels, you did everything you're supposed to do. He just thought, because it's family, I can shit all over her. Psych! Now look at you with an eviction notice, which is the worst thing that you can probably get on your credit. Eviction and a bankruptcy. What a damn fool. And based on the fact that how he left your house, he probably wasn't going to have no aspirations with life anyway. He just wanted to leech off you and have cheap rent for the rest of his life. That's what it was. Girl, bye. Moving on. Am I the asshole for threatening to sue my girlfriend's family if she does not compensate me for my ruined car? Ooh. My girlfriend Lisa and I have been together for a while. I recently bought a red Plymouth Fury. I don't know what that is. I'll put that up over here somewhere. I know what you might be thinking, but it's exactly why I wanted to get one. I don't even know what that is. Sasha asked what we were talking about, and Lisa mockingly said, "It's an evil car. You just be careful around it." Yesterday, Sasha was visiting us. When she saw the car, she apparently thought it'd be better to get rid of it or something. She sprayed it with paint and did other stuff. The end result is that there were scratches, etc. I got mad. Lisa said, "Well, it's just an old car." Girl. I threatened to sue her family and she began to yell at me. I said, "If you were my wife, I wouldn't sue family, but you're still my girlfriend." Period. The end result is her parents got to know about it and they paid me in the end. But Lisa is still mad at me. She said that I shouldn't have cared as it's an old car or whatever. Sasha is also really upset. Am I the asshole? No! I don't know how much these cars cost. But based off of how it looks like a vintage car. Usually those vintage styles, especially when they in mint condition and stuff like that, there's people who collect them cars for hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions even, for some of these vintage cars, okay? That car looks like it's an older vehicle or a vintage vehicle. So even if it is an old car, it probably has some type of historical value or something like that. But even if it didn't, it was yours. Nobody had the right to destroy, mess with, paint, scratch, cough on, whatever, anything that belongs to you. You worked hard for it, you bought it, it belonged to you, and you wanted your possession to be nice. Just because they made up in their head, despite her being autistic or not, her making it up in her head that it would be better to get rid of the car, she still shouldn't have touched it. Okay, she can use paint and scratching and all that stuff. She can do all that stuff, and she can ask y'all what y'all talking about, and she can understand all that stuff that her sister told her. She can know right from wrong. And she knew not to do that, and she did it anyway because she just, I don't know. So no, at the end of the day, your girlfriend's family was responsible because their child is the one who damaged the property. So it's just like anybody else. I hate when people do that. Just because you family does not negate the fact that you damaged something and you need to replace it. Because in the real world, with strangers, you damage something that doesn't belong to you, you gotta replace it. They don't care if you're a kid. They don't care if you're somebody's sister, brother, cousin, mother. It don't matter. So no, you're not the asshole. Moving on. All right, society. This one was a bit of a roller coaster with emotions. That first story really got me because I was not expecting that twist. I tell y'all, I read these stories at the same time that y'all hearing them, so I just be just as shocked as y'all. But anyways, I love you guys very, very, very much. Make sure to like and share. And if you're new, hi, please subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of my beautiful society. And for all my beautiful society members, please make sure to hit that bell notification so you're notified when I post. I love you guys so much. See you in the next video. Bye.